Hi everyone. Happy New Year. Happy Jewish New Year, which is the anniversary of the world in Jewish tradition. So it's kind of like Mother Earth and the universe are putting on a birthday party for us, celebrating the creation. We are the creation. So we are giving ourselves a birthday party. That's one way to kind of look at this energetic time. What do we want for ourselves? When we think about the empath's prayer, we think about this idea of creating heaven on earth, how we can collectively fulfill our mission as beings that have chosen to land on this planet, theoretically. How can we create heaven on earth? Tikkun olam. How can we all become happy? One of the things that has come up in the remotes is this energy that I've been feeling of revolution. I have spoken about revolution. I use a technique which is called heart-centered remote viewing. And we do something which is called scanning the grid, where I energetically attempt to find information about different parts of the world using remote viewing techniques. And what we see everywhere is revolution and a desire by the people to have equality, and particularly equality when it comes to workers' rights. I've also said that when we go into the energy of 23, 24, we see labor, workers' rights, and we see Biden being very proactive and the Democrats. This is why it's so important for us to get into rural areas and begin to be the party that represents the worker, because labor and workers' rights are so vital at this time. As many of you know, the United Auto Workers have gone on strike against all three major auto companies. Let's take a look at the PBS NewsHour, just a couple minutes, to give you an idea of some of the energy we're headed in.
Recession, including cost of living adjustments, an end to a tiered wage system, and changes to pension plans and retiree health care. They're also proposing a 4-day work week. UAW President Shawn Fain spoke at the picket line just after the work stoppage began at midnight.
It's a shame. It's a shame we've got to be out here right now doing this because the companies won't take care of their workers who they want to call family. We're not asking to be millionaires. We're not asking to join the billionaire class. We're asking for our fair share of the fruits of our labor. They deserve it.
The union says companies raked in billions in profits and worker wages have not kept up. Between 2013 and 2022, combined profits for the big three, Ford, GM, and Stellantis, surged 92% to $250 billion total. President Biden today gave his support to striking workers and said he hoped for a fair agreement.
Auto companies have seen record profits, including the...
So there he is, our president, President Joe, and that's kind of where we're headed. It's this feeling that we're strapped. We've had enough. The workers are fighting back, and that this is something that President Biden's administration is very aware of. It's also something we saw when we went into remotes about America no longer allowing U.S. companies to employ slave labor because slavery ended. in the United States in, what was it, 1867? So for us to go to another country that does not have the same civil rights as America and say, well, we'll just get slaves somewhere else, that's a violation of U.S. laws and U.S. policy going forward. So it's all about the workers' rights. We talk about psychopathy. We talk about the fact that, when we think about tarot cards and each of them has we have different suits, right? Wands. We have wands, we have pentacles, we have water, and we have swords, right? Each one is a different element, right? That we think about in Chinese medicine. Swords actually take up 2 elements, but that's a whole other conversation. But the takeaway here is that we're getting a lot of cards that are associated with wands, which is territory and work, right? Fighting and passion and establishing territory. And the problem with psychopaths and sociopaths and the energy of the CEOs right now is that they're taking all the energy. They're taking all the wealth. They're taking all the territory. And this is why we're getting that energy of 7 of Wands coming in over 23, 24, where the workers are finally saying enough is enough. And we are fighting back. And we are demanding a piece of the pie, just like what you saw in that clip. And I think it's going to be very, very significant going forward for this administration and for upcoming elections. Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone. Be sure and like and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. And if you're interested in learning about heart-centered remote viewing or joining any of our private classes here on YouTube, think about becoming a member. All right, everyone. Thank you. And again, Happy New Year and good night. Don't forget to create your bucket list over the next couple of days, because they say whatever we wish for and write down at Rosh Hashanah, it's a good chance we will get it. All right. Bye, everyone. Good night.